Okay, guys, I'm going off. Ooh, let me fix that. Yeah, I'm not really going off the grid, but I just want to give my personal perspective on fifth density. A lot of people like to say dimensions, but I like to look at it as density because we're all vibrating at some form of density. You know what I mean? So let's look at it as fifth density. I say it happened to me on the 6th of May of this year. And it was very astounding because I was in my garage and I don't even smoke anymore. I mean, a little bit, maybe like, but not every day like a wake and bake up to get the day up. You know what I mean? Nah, you don't need that. Go out there and show some love and start healing, start creating, and then you'll be naturally activating these chemicals in our brain. I digress. So on the 6th of May, I was in my garage, smoking an L, whatever the case may be, and I'm just there chiefing it down. And then it just hit me. I'm like, oh shit, it's about unconditional love. It's not about me. Because I used to put conditions on my love, like, yo, if I love you this way, you gotta love me that way. If I did this, you gotta do that. But I'm so filled with it that I was getting mad that it wasn't given back to me. But again, everyone isn't raised the same. And at the same time, it's not up to you to determine how they give you love. Because the love is not even yours, it's God's. You're just a vessel to usher it in. I digress. Check out, wait, which one? I'm gonna do it like this because I don't know which side it is. I think it's on this side. We're gonna go with this one, guys. Is it on this side? Should I do that like this? Yes, I'm doing it on this side. Check this video out right here. Yes, okay? This is the side. It has to be. I believe it is. Yes, this is the side. Check this video out here. You'll see I build on it a little more. But once I entered into this density, I was so enwrapped with love that I was like I was on fire. You know what I mean? I had to really calm down. I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating. I was just so on fire that I had to go and scream and yell this out to people. Like, I want to go to, yo, man, it was amazing. It still is amazing because I figured that it out is not about me. It's all about giving this love out. And people say, oh, humans can't show unconditional love. Yes, we can. Because the fact of the matter is we're holding conditions on our love. And who's putting conditions on it? The vessel. You have to realize there's an opinion. This vessel is very intelligent. That's why you have muscle memory. You're able to act without thinking. It has its own opinion. But do you control your body or do your body control you? That's the difference. And one way of controlling your body is controlling its appetite. And appetite goes in many different forms. It can go in physical form of eating. It can go into digital and visual forms of viewing. What are you digesting and putting in your appetite menu? Because as you see what's in your appetite, and if you can control what you eat, then you can control everything else. All right? I digress on that. But as I got it, I was going to everybody, yo, it's all about unconditional love, man. Love, 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 heal, love. That's what it's all about. This is the bigger picture. Mother Earth is waiting for us to ascend because she is ascending. And how this process goes is either you with it or you against it. And you don't want to be against this love. I'm telling you, love is just so powerful. It's all about doing the right thing. People want to do the right thing, but they're so afraid that, oh, I ain't going to be treated the right way. Stop it. Get your love from God. That's what it's all about. Whatever you want to call God is your intimate relationship. It's called consciousness, God, the creator, etc., so forth. Whatever is up to you is up to you. But the whole message is this. Shine your light unconditionally. Give love unconditionally. Be authentic unconditionally. And everything will play its part. So as I started giving this message out, and I'm yelling, I'm screaming, I was going through so many changes, man. Number one, I don't even eat meat anymore. How can I eat my brothers and sisters? You know what I'm saying? How? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't, like, literally, you're eating flesh. You're eating a dead carcasses that is cooked, grilled. Don't get it twisted. I was a fan of steak. Season it up with the A1 is all good. I definitely, yum. I get it. But let's look at the bigger picture. That was an animal that has feelings, that has its own way of thinking. And you're going to eat it? Are you not more greater than that? Do you have to resort to doing that? Like, look at yourself for real. Like, you really have to eat that? Or do you want to eat that? Put your needs before your want, then everything will be in order. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be, people say, oh, I'm living like this, but I still eat meat, then you're not getting it. You're not, that's not even wise, that's not even intellectual at all. You're not getting it. You're still doing it on your opinion. Now listen, you have free choice. You are able to live how you want because you are God in your own right. But what I am here to say that there's a better program and formula to act on and to live by to get to the next level. And that's all about love. You understand what I'm saying? So as I started giving this message out, screaming it, I'm giving it, I'm yelling it, this, that, and the third. That's why I took people that actually personally know me. They're like, yo, when you put videos out, this, that, and the third? Because I was so enwrapped with going into public, talking. You know what I mean? Like I was able to, like I needed to people to feel it and see it. And this is why I don't do podcasts. I do shows like this, because if you can't visually see me, you can hear me. And if you visually want to see me, you can just pick up your phone and see it. Because people have to see and feel this passion, because we are both one and the same. I'm not looking at two different people. I'm looking at two different versions of myself. I digress. So as the message was getting off, I was living, man, like, oh my gosh, I had to get control of it. You know what I mean? Because as you transition, you got to get control. You know what I mean? You have to control the fire and be able to do it intellectually and know and discern your feelings to know what they are and where they're coming from. So as I started, I don't eat meat anymore, I only drink water. Wow, my life has changed. We have been born with three brains: a right hemisphere to have feeling of intuition, a left hemisphere to be calculative and logic, and a central gut to have feelings to discern both. So it's time to really start acting in our proper capacity. And how are we able to act in our proper capacity? Is knowing who you are, is approaching your shadows, approaching, if you ain't shit, you need to be real, like, yo, listen, I ain't shit, all right? Be real with yourself first before you can be real with others. And then start working on yourself, because once you get awake, people, oh, I'm awoke. Being awake ain't saying you awoke, and being awake ain't knowing the government ain't for you. That's not what being woke is. Woke is knowing who you are, what you are, where you are, and what are you gonna do about it. People don't want to do that. They don't. They don't want to focus on themselves, because when they focus on themselves, they see how ain't shit they are. So they're like, I want to point the finger, I want to do that. But it's not about that. It's about the more you heal you, the more you're able to heal others. We ain't nothing different. That's it. I digress. As you can see, I can veer left and right. So as I got more into it, man, I'm crying all the time. I'm sensitive to everything. I'm like, what is going on? What is going, because guys, look, people, man, I'm researching, like, what is going on? What's happening? What's this? This is different. Like, what's going on with me? Why am I acting like this? Why? You know what I mean? The one thing I thank God for is that I've always been genuine in who I am. Never really cared about anything else. So I'm like, what is going on? What is this about? And come to realize, I just transitioned into a higher frequency of vibration. Now, I'm not sitting here to speak on it to be, conceited or cocky about it, because people are operating on a higher density and people are operating on lower densities. It's just the fact that when you have the responsibility, and once you know, now you can be held accountable. And being that you're held accountable is about what are you going to do with it? And you do it by uplifting others, by living your authentic self and giving your gifts to the planet. And everyone has different gifts, not talents, gifts. Why? Because talent is personal, gifts is general. Your gift is only beautiful when it's being given. And that's all we want to do, is give our gifts to the planet. So that was pretty much it, man. And then I've just been living like that ever since. Going against the meat thing, drinking more water, meditating, power and the art of breathing. Oh my gosh, breathing and breath is so important and imperative. You'll see, and I'll make a vid on that, because I definitely, oh my gosh, man, The power of breathing. Wow. That's it. So I just wanted to kind of, build on that and just give a little personal insight about who I am and what I've been doing with this new perspective, whatever the case may be. And other like-minded people out there, I appreciate you guys for shining your light, and I love it. That's it. Peace, love, and light. I'm everywhere like broken glass. I'm around like a circle, and I appreciate all the love and support. Why, thank you so much. And let's keep this thing going, baby. Peace.